Okay, tip 1, plan ahead. Get yourself the map, get yourself the app. So first of all, before you go, download the app to whichever park you're going to. Now, Alton Towers have a great app which gives you queue times and also a virtual map, which is really handy. Get that before you go because quite simply, it can be a bit of a pain getting signal while you're there. So get that before you go while you've got some good Wi-Fi signal at home. Like I said, you can then have a look. You can have a look at queue times, things like that. And also you can have a look at the map online. Lastly, on terms of planning ahead, is make sure you work out the route you need to go to whichever ride you want to go on first. So when you get there, when you get through the gates, run straight for the ride you want to go on. That is because you will then be first in the queue to go on it. So before some rides which are really popular, so when you get there, plan, run for the ride you want to go on if you can. Because like I said, some of the rides will be really popular and there won't be less than an hour or 2 hour queues all day. So get there and you can go on it first. Plan ahead. Next tip is power. Make sure you get yourself a good power bank for your phone. Like I said in the last tip, you really need to get the app to make the most of your day at Alton Towers. But to make the most of your day even better, get yourself a power bank. Your battery will run down quite quickly if you're in the queue, playing games on your phone, or if you're using the app. So get a power bank and an applicable charger for your phone. That way it'll keep your phone topped up all day and you will be able to easily access queue times, and also you'll easily be able to access the virtual map. You can get these from Amazon, really cheap, from about £5. You want to go for a really quite a good one, and then what you can do is just keep that topped up, keep that charged before you go, and make sure you go with a fully charged battery. Next tip, we've done fuel for your phone, now it's fuel for you. So take some snacks, little things which you can fit in your pocket or you can fit in your bag, something which you can just pull out to snack on. So it's great for the kids because little fiddly things keep them entertained while they're eating. So things like nuts and seeds or raisins, but also they're good energy. And that's what you need when you're going to be walking around all day. It really does take it out of you. So little bags, nuts, seeds, raisins, or even a chocolate bar if you want to treat yourself. Next tip is get yourself a good flask. It depends what time of year you're going, but if you're going for Scarefest or for Christmas, a flask is a godsend. So get yourself a good flask with a nice hot drink in there, and then what you can do, you can keep yourself nice and warm while you're in the queues or when you're walking between the rides. Alternatively, if you're going on a hot day, get yourself a nice refillable bottle. Something which you can just refill. This one's collapsible, so it doesn't take up much space, and it's also got a little carabiner on it, so it's really handy. So there's a few places where you can top up your drinks around the park, so I'd recommend you do that with water. You can also take a small bottle of concentrated squash if you want, just to give yourself a bit of flavour. So a drink is the most important thing on a hot day, but also any time of the year really, just keep yourself hydrated. Be prepared, a bit of first aid. So take yourself some chapstick. It's always handy to have some chapstick when you're on a hot day. If you're going to be talking and things like that with your friends, keep your lips nice and protected. Keep them from chapping. Then take some paracetamols, aspirin, whatever you feel you need to take. If you've got hay fever or anything like that, take your medication for that along with you as well, or any other medication you think you'll need. And also some plasters or band-aids. You don't have to go for Pluto, but I would recommend it because it's fun, and that's what it's all about. So take some plasters. So if you get a splinter, or if you graze a knee or anything like that, or even if your shoes are rubbing, you know, get a few plasters, take those along with you just in case. Nobody likes to be in a queue with somebody who's stinky. There's nothing worse than on a hot day being in a queue with somebody who's putting out some kind of odour. So take some spray, some deodorant, and also some breath spray or polos. That way you can keep yourself fresh all day, and you're not one of those stinky people in the queue. It's an overlooked tip, but I'd strongly recommend it. And not only that, you can give yourself a bit of a boost and you feel a bit fresher after having a bit of spray or a bit of a mint in your mouth. Okay, so a quick bonus tip, and that is some little things you need to take which you really won't think of. So, a poncho. Now, we've bought this years ago. We've had this for, almost a decade, and it's still going strong. It cost us £5. Now, what they tend to do at Alton Towers now, they have more disposable kind of ponchos. And you wear them once and they got to go in the bin. But if you go to places like Tiger, the shop, in which you've got all around the country, or even on Amazon, you can get yourself a good poncho to wear. It's important to do it. If you're going on a hot day, you don't want to get soaked, wear your poncho. If you're going on a rainy day, you don't want to get soaked, wear your poncho. So always remember, you can't be sad in a poncho, so get yourself a good one of those. You can get them a lot cheaper than £5. You can get them all over the place. Take one with you. Saves you having to buy one on the day. Also, a bag. Take something small with you. You don't need anything massive. A little drawstring bag is brilliant because when you're on the rides, you can put it on by your feet if it's permitted on certain rides. Or alternatively, you can just leave it at the side of the ride when you're going on it. So take a good little bag with you. Don't need anything massive. But, get it to suit your needs. If you need to take lots with you, get a bigger bag. If you don't need to take lots with you, stuff it in your pockets. So, lastly, is this. Now, this is a lock, a buggy lock. So, if you're going with kids, take a buggy lock. So, that will just prevent people from moving your buggy or pushchair out of the way, which is always annoying if you've got a prime spot in the shade or in the dry. And also it keeps it safe. You can hook your bag through it and things like that. You can attach it to a railing or a fence or one of the queue lines, and it keeps all your stuff in place. So I strongly recommend that. And while we're talking about kids, again, if you're not going to let them play on your phone, or if you don't want them to play on your phone, take some little fidget spinners and things like that to let them play with in the queue. It's really important to do that because it keeps them busy and it keeps them happy. That is a torch. Get yourself a torch if you're going for Scarefest, if you're going for Christmas. It will really come in handy. If you're going through gloomy wood, it gets really dark in there. There's not many lights along the way. Take a torch with you. This one is really small. I've taken it to lots of theme parks with me over the years. Obviously I wouldn't recommend taking a massive torch. They may not let you in with that, but with this I've never even been questioned. So take a torch. Not only is it good when you're walking around the park, but also when you're looking for your car. So if you're staying in the hotel or going to the car, it's not always greatly illuminated, so this can be a real help, just to help you find the way in the dark. Your phone. Now, I'm assuming you're not going to forget your phone. However, some important things to do with it. Get the app, like I said earlier on, but also make sure it's fully charged, and get yourself some music on there and some apps to play in the queue. So not only is the phone handy for when you're in the park and you need to find out the queue times and for the map, but it's also handy when you're in the queue. You can play some games to keep you entertained, especially if you're taking kids. Keep the kids entertained in the queue, and that's all that matters. They'll be happy, everybody's happy. So some good games on your phone, but make sure you've got a power bank or a full battery to make sure it can play those. Also, take some headphones and also get a great playlist for the journey. If you're like us, it takes an hour or so to get to the park. If you get a good playlist, it makes the journey go a lot quicker. So get a good playlist on your phone. And what you want to do is get something which will build up the excitement. So don't forget the Alton Towers theme music. Get that on your phone to play on the way. Headphones are also good to take. Plug your headphones in. Then what you can do, if you're in the queue, if you're going on your own, or if you're just going with one or two of you, at least that way you can both listen to some music while you're queuing. Headphones are also a good thing to take. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I mean, if you've got any tips which I've not thought of, brilliant. Add them in the comments below or let me know. Thumbs up, give us a like. Let us know if you like the video. Subscribe if you feel the need to do so for more videos on theme parks and food and fun days out. Really appreciate you watching. Bye for now.